Oh, you can't really see me. This is horrible lighting, but it's so comfortable right here. Okay, so this is my buddy. Today I want to talk about dealing with anxiety and paranoia. Whoa. So, dealing with anxiety and paranoia. For as long as I could remember, I dealt with a lot of paranoia. I think what triggered it is I did a lot of research into how untrustworthy our government is, basically, in a nutshell. And after that, I think I was so paranoid because I knew about it. Just because I knew about a little bit of what's going on in the world, I thought that it was wrong for me to know. So I was paranoid all the time. And when people, I don't know, it got to the point where I thought that people were following me. I thought that everybody was out to get me. Literally, everybody was out to get me. I couldn't trust anybody. I still have the slightest trust issues. And I think a lot of that dealt into my anxiety as well. So, for a while, I saw a therapist, and she helped me a bit, and she prescribed me some sort of antidepressant. And it wasn't because I was depressed, but it was because of the certain chemical that was missing from my brain that was causing all of the anxiety. The chemical that was missing in my brain causing all of that was in an antidepressant, and I didn't do my research to know what it was, what chemical it was, and what other ways I can get that other than an antidepressant. God, I've been so out of breath lately. So being on the antidepressant, I changed. I was completely different. I wasn't who I was. It wasn't me. I really don't know how to explain it. I was talking to Zach about it when we first got together, and he understands. He was put in, I think it was another antidepressant as well, and he felt the same way. But I felt like I had to take it because while I was taking it, my boyfriend at the time and my parents kept telling me, you need to take your medication, and I tell them I don't like it, I don't want to, please, I don't want to. And they would tell me, oh no, you're just being too paranoid because you don't want to take what they're prescribing you, but I really didn't. I felt horrible all the time. And I was definitely less paranoid, and I was definitely more mellowed out, but it just wasn't what I wanted. So usually when you're taking a prescription drug, you're supposed to lean off of it little by little. I stopped cold turkey, and I felt great after that, but I still had paranoia, and I did. I still had paranoia, and I still had some anxiety. And, sorry, my dog's getting up, pausing, my pretty buddy, he's so pretty, oh, pretty buddy. So after I was off my medication, I figured out, I do need to do something because I do have anxiety, and I do have paranoia. So what I did was to help me with my paranoia, basically, I convinced myself that if people were going to follow me and kidnap me, then they would follow me and kidnap me, and it was meant to be. And I knew that God put me through everything for a reason, and not he or she or whatever whomever God is, they put me through it for a reason, so that I could learn whatever I needed to learn. So I convinced myself that if I was meant to be kidnapped, if I was meant to be tortured, or whatever crazy thought I had going on in my head, then it was meant to be. And that'll just be. And I can't keep trying to live my life avoiding everybody. So after I instilled that in my head, and I caught myself being paranoid every single time I tell myself that. So I basically brainwashed myself to believe that. And after some time, I was less paranoid. And I saw it. I saw the difference. I didn't need any drug to make me be less paranoid. I had to instill that thought in my head. And once I did, I felt so much better. I still have anxiety, not nearly as much as what I used to have, though. And I dealt with anxiety, and I'm still dealing with anxiety by trying to acknowledge every time I do have anxiety about something or a situation, that I just need to find a way to not let it control my life. I just need to find some way to not really cope with it, but to figure out why I feel that way, and to dig in deeper to, so if I feel, okay, here's an example. I had a lot of anxiety. I had a lot of social anxiety because I was so paranoid that I didn't put myself out there, and I didn't want people to see me. I didn't want people to notice me. So when I found out that I avoided being around big groups of people, I avoided being around people, I had to sit down and ask myself, why do I feel that way? And it came down to the point where I cared what people thought about me. So I would hide myself. Or I tried to be something else that I wasn't. And because of that, be nice. Be nice. Kitty! Kitty's messing up the dog. He went to his scratcher. It's his scratcher. So I cared what people thought about me. And then I had to figure out, well, why do I care what people think about me? Why do I care if other people are going to judge me, or other people are going to feel a certain way about me? And why should I care? Why does it matter? And I found out later on it was because when I sat down and I really thought about it, a lot of these things I just had to sit and think and dig down deep inside myself. So the reason I felt like it was important of other people's opinion, like it was other people's opinions were important, was because I didn't love myself. And I didn't love myself because I didn't accept myself. So I went on a journey where I was with myself, and I fell in love with myself, and I started accepting myself. And ever since then, I haven't had anxiety with other people. If other people are going to judge me, that's fine. So be it. If I'm going to be my natural self around you and you don't like it, then have the nerve to speak up and say, oh, that's not, whatever. If somebody doesn't like it, then they can say it. If they don't say it, that's their own doing. So yeah, that's usually how I got through everything, and how I'm still going through everything. There's some things where I think that I can't dig deep inside to find out, so I'll ask somebody, and then they'll talk to me a little bit. But then eventually it comes back to me finding out what's what's going on inside. So dealing with anxiety and dealing with paranoia it's been a ride. I'm sorry, I keep pausing. I keep doing long pauses because as I'm talking, I'm out of my breath. I don't understand. What was I saying? Goodness gracious. I just, overall, it's been me that has to not only deal with it, but to find a solution for it. And I have felt so empowered because I'm able to get through it. I'm able to dig down deep to events that happen in my life of that situation affecting me all the way up until present day, without even knowing it, without even thinking about it. So that's how I've been dealing with anxiety and paranoia. I know it's not for everybody. I know that some people need more help, and I know that some people need an outside view. I just feel like it's best to find out why I'm going through something and why I'm feeling that way myself. And like I said, it's still a journey. It's still a ride. And I'll never completely know everything. So even if I'm 80 years old and I still have anxiety, which I might, who knows, then so be it. I'll deal with it the same way I've been dealing with it. Because so far that's what's been working with me. But if you are dealing with anxiety and paranoia and you do need an outside look, ask me. Leave a comment below of what you're going through, why you think you're going through that, how you're feeling while you're going through that, and I can try to help you. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm just another person. Probably dealing with what you're dealing with too. Don't ever think that you're alone. Ever. Alright, well, thank you for listening to my rant, and have a good day. Bye.